Speaking of other games than WoW, there was actually the video here made by the Lazy Peon guys, okay? Because you know, everybody always talks about, you know, the WoW killer this, the WoW killer that. Oh, this game is gonna kill a WoW, it's gonna be the real game. I saw this video, let's be honest. No, I didn't see it. It got sent to me, okay? It got sent to me. I'm not gonna sit here, you know, and take the credit, but this video, guys, we're gonna check this out. It's by the Lazy Peon, and it's titled The Real WoW Killer, okay? Lazy Peon makes some pretty good videos, so we'll give this a try, guys, and we'll see what the real WoW Killer really is. I see he has the game is under the New World section. So we'll have to see what this video is gonna be about, yeah? We'll see what if it's gonna be a New World video. We'll see, guys. We'll see.
If you've been a fan of MMORPGs at any point in the past decade, you've probably heard the term WoW Killer thrown around when it comes to discussions about what will be the next big MMO. The truth is, I think the term WoW Killer is very subjective, and at this point has multiple definitions depending on the context of conversation. For example, do we define a WoW Killer as an MMORPG that simply overtakes WoW in terms of player numbers, or does it need to be a revolutionary MMO that achieves the same level of popularity as World of Warcraft did at its peak? Do you define...
I think how I would view it is like whatever game would dethrone WoW, right? Like I know like WoW is like viewed as the most popular MMO, but like whatever game would like dethrone the game, right, and be the most popular basically, right? Cat girls and bunny girls to help a game out. That is true. That is true.
Define a WoW Killer as another...
This is not me. This is not me, okay? I'm not bald, man. It's called having a mature hairline. Thank you very much. It is true, though. I'm not gonna disagree with you. Just gonna house MMOs. It's not that... Okay, I don't think MMOs are dead. Don't get me wrong. I don't think MMOs are dead, but they are a dying breed. Like, very, very slowly dying. Like, it's not flatlining, but it's like a slow decline. You know, because people want to play... People want to play Fortnite, like BRs, like quick games. People want to do quick games where you go in, you do the game, bing, bong, bang, and you go out, right? You want to come home for school, queue up a game of Fortnite, and then like call it a day afterwards, right? In WoW or like any other MMOs, you have to invest so much time. And a lot of people don't like that whole investment, right? Which is the good and a bad thing about MMOs, I suppose, right?
MMO that you personally quit WoW for?
Good morning.
Or another MMORPG that got you as addicted as WoW did at its peak?
He's like staring
or do you hear the word WoW Killer and think of a scenario that causes WoW to literally be shut down due to a lack of players and no longer being profitable? As someone that's...
You guys think that will... Do you guys think that will happen one day? Like, that WoW literally just shuts down? I don't know. Part of me just doesn't think so. I just don't... I don't know. Unless, like, maybe a scenario I could see that happening is that if they decided to, like, just shut the whole thing down, like you know, Final Fantasy did or whatever, and they did, like, a whole reboot, right? But... I don't know. It might, at some point in the future, maybe it'll just head to a point where, like, it'll just be such a slow decline that it won't be worth, like, keeping alive anymore, right? And you just pull the plug. I don't know. It could happen, but who knows, right? Who knows? It's been a very slow decline, though, let's be honest. But yeah. Great video so far, by the way. I really like this video. It's a good point so far. Very good context. A good video.
That's been covering MMOs for the best part of 7 years now. I mostly see the term WoW Killer come up whenever a new MMORPG is announced or gaining hype, whether it be New World, Ashes of Creation, Black Desert, and so on. In the comments, I'll see things along the lines of, this game will never be as popular as WoW, looks like another WoW Killer, this game's too niche to kill WoW, and my reaction to reading this stuff is always...
This is kind of like this is how I sit in the morning, have my tea, yeah. But like, the main game with this is Ashes of Creation. I don't know, I feel like that game, we'll have to see. I feel like that game is so overhyped. Like, it's a scary thing when something is so overly hyped, because it will never, ever live up to the expectations. It just never will. Like, ever, right? And it's like... I don't know, man. I guess we'll have to really see, right? Like, it's the same thing with Cyberpunk, right? Like, I never played Cyberpunk myself, but I know it flopped pretty hard, let's be honest. It kind of did, right? On the Fab Top, I broke both my Fab Tops, Sag.
Who fucking cares? Like, I do not understand the absolute obsession from the MMORPG community about the game that will eventually have more players than WoW.
Yeah,
and I came to this opinion back in 2015 in the middle of Warlords of Draenor, sitting alone in my garrison thinking, I'm playing the most popular MMORPG in the world right now.
Hey, what is this? You will never have a good wall. Dude, I like this one. This guy's a memer, man. I like that. Look at this guy.
But it doesn't matter, because the world feels dead, players are constantly phasing in and out of existence from sharding, and there's very little organic social interaction due to how the game is fundamentally designed. Outside of your 30 to 40 player guild, who gives a shit how many people play WoW? You'll never see or interact with 99.9% of the player base, and the game is designed in a way that players have no impact on the world.
I think it's because people really like doing something that's popular, you know? People really like being a part of something that's like a lot of people like as well. So if you're doing something that maybe you enjoy, but other people don't like it, it makes you not want to do that thing that you enjoy, right? Because you want other people to like what you're doing, you know? That's like if you find a funny meme, or like you watch like a little funny meme video about a cat like knocking down a table or something, you link that meme to your friend because you want your friend to like it, right? But if he doesn't like your meme but you enjoy it, it's gonna make you less inclined to enjoy that meme, even though you thought it was great to begin with, right? And it's sort of the same thing with this, I suppose, right? It's you want other people to like what you like as well, and you want to be a part of like a club, right? That's how it goes.
As long as you can still find groups for instanced PvP and PvE, you're going to have roughly the same experience with the game having 1 million players as you had with 5 million players. Sure, you'll see less people AFK in capital cities and longer queue times, but that's about it. The game just doesn't rely on a lot of players for you to experience all of the content. What I think most people really mean when they use the term WoW killer is what game will be able to lift the...
Dude, one of my friends was like, he loved this game, man. He was farming this game so much, man. World of Tanks. They loved... Is this like where the people play these games? Oh, so like all these... Okay. All right, well, that's interesting.
MMORPG genre back to being the hype genre, in the same way it was from around 2004 to 2010, where it felt like every game dev was trying to make a WoW competitor. When it comes to genre popularity, it seems to go in cycles. Over the past decade, these hype genres include MOBAs, survival games, card games, Minecraft clones, and recently, Battle Royale.
That's true.
The best way to tell what hype cycle we're currently in is asking yourself what bandwagon are developers trying to jump on at any given...
Right now, there's little super scuffed games that streamers play on stream. That's basically it, man. Like crap game. Literally the most popular games the past like year has been like crap game, Among Us, what's the other one as well? The Fall Guys. It's literally just been like little games that like you play with friends. That's literally been it. Like they're basically free games. It's sort of like been the meta, right? It's I don't know. They're fun though. They're fun, let's be honest, and everybody can afford them, right? Because they're free. So, you know, it's how it goes. Because people want to socialize, that is true. Yeah, people want to socialize, and I think people really want to be a part of something that other people enjoy as well. You know, they want to like things that other people like, and like everybody gets together for that kind of stuff, right? So that's how it goes.
Given time.
But they die
Recently
fast.
It feels like we've had a bit of a BR phase with Fortnite, then a gacha phase with Genshin Impact, and now I'm seeing a lot of devs rush to implement crypto into their games to jump on the blockchain gaming and play to earn hype that went mainstream with Axie Infinity. When it comes to the WoW killer, I think people assume this will be a game that's similar to what WoW was back at its peak, something recognizable, but I actually don't think this will be the case. The MMORPG community that went through that MMO hype phase are essentially a different generation.
Okay, dude, what? That is not even true, man. That is not me. Are you kidding me? Okay, first of all, they're console gamers, okay? Oh, I'm actually offended. But the thing is, he's not wrong. It is like a dying breed of game. It really is. Like, people like fast-paced games. Like crab game, you go in, you play a few games, you leave. Among Us, you go in, you bing, bong, bang, you leave. You know, Fall Guys, play a few games, you're done. You know, League of Legends, you know, whatever it is. It's like you go in and you're done. You know, that's how it is. And it's the meta, right?
of gamer. Back then we weren't as jaded by the genre, we didn't grow up with microtransactions or pay to win, instant gratification and convenience were less prevalent in terms of game design back then, and I'd actually say we had a longer attention span than your average.
Good old Modern Warfare 2 lobbies, man. Oh yeah, that was the good times, man. Oh, yep, that was the good times, man. Playing Modern Warfare 2.
Gamer nowadays. The thing is, the actual WoW Killer will be a game that becomes massively popular with the average gamer now. And I'm not sure if such a game will live up to the expectations of the MMO audience of old. This WoW Killer will create a new generation of MMORPG game.
Join Machinima? Dude, I remember I wanted to be like a content creator so bad, man, back in the day. I made some really bad videos, but you know, it's how it goes, man, I guess.
That possibly don't like the same design philosophies as the previous generation. Maybe the game to repopularize the MMORPG genre will be cross-platform. Maybe it'll have play to earn and crypto integration. Maybe it'll be some form of Pokemon Go augmented reality app. Or perhaps it won't come until technology advances to the point of full dive Ready Player One style VR. I know a lot of people have touted New World, Star Citizen, and Ashes of Creation to be games to make MMOs mainstream again, but I personally think it's more likely that a less niche game, such as the recently announced Farmville-style MMO Palia, has a better chance at that kind of success.
What is... I've never heard of that. Okay, maybe I'm just completely out of the loop. Oh, is that Dreamhaven? Is that like the previous like Blizzard devs that like left the company and that like made their own like Dreamhaven company thing? Is that those guys? Oh, yeah, I never saw their game. I do know about Dreamhaven. I just didn't know this was the game for Dreamhaven. Okay, well that's interesting. Okay.
Success, which brings me to my next point. Whilst the next game to take the MMORPG genre by storm may not be... I
never played this game. Maybe we should play this game at some point. It's the GOAT game.
The WoW Killer people are expecting.
I don't know, maybe at some point we'll
that doesn't mean that you won't
I never played this ever before. I've seen PewDiePie play it, like way back in the day, but I've never played it myself, ever.
Subjective WoW Killer. For me personally, I've already had this game come and go. Ever since I got hooked on Black Desert Online from 2016 to 2018, I've never been able to play WoW as a main MMO.
Yeah, we'll play some. You know, at one day, guys, I'll buy the GOAT game. At one day, we'll just play like an hour of GOAT game at the end of the stream. We'll just play it out. We'll see what it is. Okay, just why the hell not?
Since sure, I'd check out the new expansions and resub for a few months, but it didn't make me want to throw away my life like BDO did. And whilst I don't play Black Desert anymore, those first 2 years of its Western release gave me that same feeling of being completely addicted as back when I first tried WoW back in TBC. So that's kind of how I personally prefer to use the term WoW Killer, as something subjective almost to describe my main MMO for the foreseeable future. With that in mind, the two games on the horizon I can see myself maining are New World and Ashes of Creation, although currently I don't see New World as being a game I'll play all year around, as I could see myself running out of content fast with it being a theme park. As long as those two games have enough players that I can experience all the content without feeling like the games are dead, I couldn't really care less if the broader gaming community considers them to be successful WoW killers or not.
I think it's just, for me, in terms of MMOs, it's so hard. Because like the whole point of an MMO is, as he says, to like lose yourself in the game, right? And it's like be your main game. It's really hard. It has to be like the lore has to be good, the world, the monsters, the gameplay. There's so many things for an MMO that has to be good and like work perfectly, right, for you to want to play it. And I think that's why a lot of people just like, well, a lot of people, when they start playing WoW, they get so used to the gameplay of WoW and the feel, like the tap targeting, the strafing and stuff like that, that they just can't get into other MMOs because they feel different, right? And it's like basically a curse. Like playing WoW is like a curse because you've like damned yourself not to enjoy any other MMOs, really, right? So it's hard, but it's the truth, I think, because like I myself, I can't help but like compare other MMOs to WoW, even though you shouldn't, right? Because it's a different game. You shouldn't compare it to WoW, but it's hard not to, right? That's how it goes, right? I don't know why people power gamed New World. I'm still leveling. Well, that's how people play now. People just like pumping and blasting, right? That's what they enjoy. Yeah, I don't know. New World was just not for me because, like, as I said, I just didn't really care about the world. I just didn't really like it. It didn't matter. Like, I was okay, I guess we'll go over here. Okay, I guess we'll do this. Right? It just didn't matter to me, and it needs to matter in an MMO, right? They ruin it for themselves, IMO. There were so many, like, I've heard so many like bad things about New World, like with the developing and like the game, like so many bugs and everything like that, and just like no content. The content in New World is the world PvP, from what I understand. That's like the content. And gathering, obviously, like professions. Yeah, no story, no meaningful characters. Yeah, that's true, yeah. And the thing is, guys, everybody just looks the same, you know? I kind of like in games where you look unique. I feel like everybody just looks the same. I don't know.
There'd be WoW killers to me, which is all.
And there was some. I think it was what is he? The guy with the cup. Josh Strafe Hayes, I think he's called. I think he did a video on it, where if you look at all the New World towns, they are literally all like a template town. They are all template towns with the exact same like layout. Every single one of them, basically. It's like copy paste, basically. With a little bit of changes here and there, but like they're basically all the same.
All that matters, really. Usually whenever the WoW killer conversation comes up, a common point of view is the only game that can kill WoW is itself. And I actually agree with
that's what they're doing, that's what they're, you know, kind of doing. So,
this to a certain extent. People still play old MMOs like Guild Wars 1, Ultima Online, and the original EverQuest 15 to 20 years later.
Damn.
If Shadowlands was the final WoW expansion and Blizzard just stopped adding content, people would still be farming mounts and transmogs 10 years later, or making their own content through leveling challenges or classic servers.
Hey, I took that personal, by the way. I was about to agree with him, but then he added that last part, and I took that kind of personal, dude. Come on, man. He's not wrong, though. He's not wrong, let's be honest. Like, I'm literally, like, doing hardcore to, like, make up a challenge for content, right? Like, that's it. Don't make it, I'm enjoying it. I'm loving it. It's fun. But I am, like, making up content, and you are, like, doing your own things to create content in the game, right? The sheer damage Classic did on private servers is put a little almost. I don't know. I think it would be kind of cool. Maybe this would be a big thing, but like if they completely nuked the game and started like with a fresh, like you know, Final Fantasy kind of did with their thing. But I don't know. With the amount of stuff that people are invested into it, that would be scary to do, right? That's a big decision, but I think that would be cool. That would be sick. That could be insane. It could also flop completely, but, you know, sometimes I guess you gotta take, you know, some things, right? You playing fresh this month? I am. No, my mounts! I just don't really care about my retail characters anymore. Like, I've lost my, my spark.
One thing that would speed up the game's decline, though, is if Blizzard starts to lose the goodwill of its community, causing players to resent the company and quit the game. But this is obviously something Blizzard would be very careful to avoid, right? It's not as if they're going to design pointless systems to frustrate the player base, add boosts to classic servers, add more aggressive monetization, mistreat their employees, ignore the community, and piss off the biggest content creators that market their game for free, especially with competitors like Final Fantasy XIV and New World waiting to scoop up any potential WoW refugees. That'd be very bad business long term, and such a big company would surely not make those mistakes. Jokes aside, for the longest time I actually thought the WoW killer would actually be World of Warcraft 2. Before Battle for Azeroth was announced, I was high on hopium that after all the time travel bullshit in WoD and a fairly climactic story with Legion, I thought that'd be the perfect time to do a full story reset in WoW.
It was though. It actually was the perfect time. Like, you've gone back in time to Draenor and Legion, and you fucking saw Garaz. Like, he stabbed the goddamn world with his big-ass sword. It was like, oh, well, now we go to Shadowlands. It's like, okay. Like, like, after that would have been, like, the perfect, like, okay, reset, right? Like, that's where you go. That's where you just completely nuke it and, like, go fresh, right? But, yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know, dude. Each aspect is a reset. Yeah, I mean, that's true. It was a parlor. Yeah, not wrong.
Perhaps we defeat the big evil or something happens that causes a long period of peace in Azeroth.
Sorry for pausing. It's just, it just feels like at this point, like, what are we, like some space marine, like battling like some gods, like from like, you know, beyond the world? Like it's like, what the hell, man? There's something bad about it being so epic. Like, it doesn't have to be so extremely epic. What happened to, like, okay, you're just like, let's kill the evil king, or like kill the evil the demon person, you know? It doesn't have to be like crazy epic, like insane, you know? Like it doesn't have to be like, oh, you gotta go kill the space god the size of a planet, like a solar system, who can nuke the entire planet with one like blink, but you can kill him. It's like, bro, okay, like can we just kill, like, can we just go back to, like, you know, like a king being strong and like trying to kill him with his army, you know? That's it. I just want to be a dude with a sword. Yeah, I just want to be a dude with a sword. That's it, right? God, yes, it does. You have to be the ultimate hero, the only savior, together with 5 million other ultimate saviors. Yeah, it's just like, it gets to a point where it's like so epic and crazy that it just becomes like, it loses its meaning, right? What's the point, right? I don't know. I get the whole thing with the Sargeras and stuff like that, because he's like the Burning Legion and stuff, but like, I don't know, dude. It's goddamn.
Maybe a few thousand years go by in the game's storyline, Blizzard announced Warcraft 4 at BlizzCon to introduce a whole new cast of characters to get people invested into the new story, and then boom, they announced that for years they've been secretly working on World of Warcraft 2, and it starts by us going back to just being a normal adventurer, rediscovering the world, questing our way from noob to hero. Unfortunately, it didn't pan out that way, or maybe it will, but it'll happen at the end of the next expansion or something. I've still got the smallest...
Yeah, for sure it will. There's a zero chance of WoW 2 ever being a thing. It's expensive as hell to develop a game, and an MMO is even more fun at money sink, and the risk of it flopping is too high for new expansions to approve. Yes, I 100% agree, Disclaus. It is way too risky and way too big of a time of like a money sink, right? Because they got the cow, man. They got the pristine, delicious cow. All they gotta do is milk it. They just gotta milk the cow now. They don't have to make a new cow or like raise it and like give it grass and like feed it, make sure it's well fed, like, you know, has some good, you know, food and stuff like that. They just have to milk the current cow they have until it's like completely dry, right? It's how it is. But you could hope, but it's how it is with most MMOs. Like, that's why MMOs are so unpopular. Why would you invest like 10 years, 15 years of development and like an extreme amount of money to develop an MMO when you can just make crab game and get like 10 million people playing it on day one? Like, you can literally spend a month making crab game as a meme and just like have 1 billion people play it. You know, it's like, okay, that's how it goes, I guess, right? You know, it's one of those things, man.
Drop of hopium. That being said though, regardless of if Blizzard have been secretly working on WoW 2, I don't think I trust them to make a truly great MMORPG anymore.
Sad.
The Blizzard that created peak WoW have all pretty much left, and the current team seems to lack passion and talent. On top of that, I think the role of Activision would also
let's do Season of Essence a crab game. Oh, fuck off.
Stifle any chance the game would have of critical success due to their needs to appease shareholders every month, likely resulting in heavy monetization. As an MMORPG player, the past 5 years or so has felt like the dark ages for the genre, but the good news is that I think we're actually soon approaching the point of us coming out of that.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
Killer or not, we've actually got some solid MMORPGs coming out soon that will hopefully satisfy that new MMO launch feeling that we all get nostalgic over. New World is the big one coming this year after numerous delays, and whilst I do think it'll be a game that you'll play on and off as new content is added, I'm certain that this is at least going to be a top 5 MMO by most people's standards. Lost Ark is right around the corner with a Western release date and is one of the few MMOs out of Korea to actually gain massive popularity post-launch in recent years. Elion might be fun for a week or two. Final Fantasy XIV is pretty much at the point of, or very close to, dethroning WoW as the top MMORPG in terms of player numbers, and this is before its new expansion set to release in November. In my opinion, a new top dog is just great for the genre overall. Black Desert, Elder Scrolls Online, Albion Online, and RuneScape are all very healthy in terms of...
I have never played RuneScape. ever. Maybe at some point we should try like a RuneScape stream. I don't know when, but maybe at some point I should try like first time ever playing RuneScape. Because I'm not gonna lie, I don't know anything about RuneScape. I never played it, ever. The only thing I know about RuneScape is that you can chop trees. That's it. Maybe at some point we'll try like a RuneScape stream. I don't know. That could be kind of fun. I don't know when, but it might make for an interesting stream, right?
Player numbers and still producing content at a reasonable pace. Bless Unleashed, Swords of Legends Online, PSO2 New Genesis, Crowfall, and Mortal Online 2 are a few average new releases we've had this year. Guild Wars 2 is dropping a new expansion soon, which I'm looking forward to. Palia, a casual MMO by ex-Blizzard devs, was announced this year, which looks like the perfect game to play with the girlfriend you don't have. Arcade 2, Core Punk, Blue Protocol, TL Origin, Crimson Desert and Diablo 4 are all on the horizon. We've recently started to see a new breed of MMOs built on blockchain raising more money for development than was previously possible through crowdfunding. And we've seen Ashes of Creation dropping the NDA for its Alpha 1 and giving backers the chance to play the game for the first time.
I mean, I can't really talk shit because it is an alpha, right? But I did not end up playing the alpha very much for Ashes of Creation. I didn't. You know, it's very hard to tell though, since the game is an alpha, so we'll have to see, but yeah, we'll see obviously with Ashes how it goes, right?
Already showing a lot of promise by alpha standards. With all that stuff going on, I'm actually excited for the future of the genre for the first time in a long time. In the coming years, we're going to reach the point where we've got multiple top tier MMOs to choose from, World of Warcraft will continue to drop in dominance, and the desire for a WoW killer will lessen to the point where the concept isn't even a thing anymore. Until one day, out of nowhere, a crazy tech billionaire reveals their latest device that takes our mind to places we've only ever seen in movies. Thanks for watching.
Oh, shoot. Yeah, dude, so we get into like a virtual reality,
takes our mind,
and then they cut the cord, so we're stuck in there forever. Oh, shoot, like the full dive. Like you put like a little chip into the back of your head, and like it holds up with your like neurological system, and you become a part of the gaming world. Oh, shoot. It's like the Matrix. Yeah, dude. That's a good video though. I think he makes some really good points. And the thing is, the MMO like genre, it is for a long time now, I would say a kind of like a dying genre because it's just not the popular games to play anymore. But I do think as of lately, Final Fantasy, Lost Ark, like, you know, classic. Obviously I played that. Like there's been a lot more hype for it and a lot more interested in MMOs, it seems. So I guess we'll really have to see, right, what's going to happen with it, I suppose, guys. I'm going to link the video in the chat if you guys want to watch it. There it is. But he makes some pretty good videos, man. He makes some pretty decent videos.